G'day viewers, today we're going to have a look at the start of the annual Rottnest Swim, which goes from Cottesloe and involves about 2,600 swimmers plus possibly another 1,000 people paddling for them and lots of people just having a look. So it's an early morning start. We had to depart before 6 a.m. to get down to the beach on the bikes, and that sea of white dots out there are all the support vessels. So the way this works is the swimmers go off in waves, and about 500 metres off the beach they're met by their kayaker. So that's why there's about 1,000 kayakers supporting 2,600 swimmers, and they also have a boat supporting them. So if you're going to do this, you've got to organise a team, you've got to have a skipper to drive the boat. If you're in a team of 4, obviously you've got to find 3 other swimmers, and you've got to find someone that's willing to paddle a kayak 20 kilometres for you. And the kayaker is there to guide you and talk you through whether to swap over and stuff, maybe give you a drink, that kind of thing. So you can see the kayakers there waiting offshore for the swimmers to come past, and out the back you can see all the boats turning up, and for about the next hour we could see all these power boats coming from north and south to get there in time for their wave to go off. Don't ask me how long it takes people to get there, I've got no clue, but if you're in a team of 4, you decide when you're going to swap. So if you've got a really strong swimmer, they might swim for a reasonably long distance, and then a weaker swimmer might just do a short distance. You decide when you're going to swap over. And it's a really good event. It has been cancelled in the past due to terrible weather or shark warnings and stuff like that. But this year was an absolutely perfect day for it, I think. But a week ago, due to the construction of the Eric Street Shed Path, some parking spots got removed, and a resident said that is the end of Sculpture by the Sea. So the loss of these parking spots, just as we went past there, was apparently going to destroy Sculpture by the Sea. Yeah, come on, get real. So see that pile of rubble on the right? That's where they removed a couple of parking spots. Now down here, there's heaps of off-street parking. There's some massive off-street car parking lots. That loss of car spaces probably involves, 0.5%, even less of loss of parking, and somehow that's going to ruin Sculpture by the Sea. And I think what you can see here from all these people who have attended this, that the loss of a few parking spots made absolutely zero difference, because people still got down here in their thousands. Now, sensible people who lived close by might have walked down a little bit further, jumped on their bikes, and what you might see along here is a number of bikes parked up against the wall or leaning against things. Now, some of these people might have come from a reasonably short distance away, but you'll also see some groups there in team jerseys. They might have been doing a 50 or 60, 70k ride on a Saturday morning and just decided to pull in here and have a look and observe the fun and games. And you can see there that the bike rack is absolutely chock-a-block, and people have actually parked their bikes against everything else because there's just no room to park them, which I think is a good sign. Those people have said, we can ride down here. We don't need to drive down. Particularly, you're coming down to watch a bunch of extremely fit people go for a swim or go for a paddle. Not all of them, but most of them are pretty fit. Why would you not want to get some exercise in yourself? And obviously you can see that's what all these people are doing. They're all out, having a good walk or having a ride. So, I thought it was very encouraging that, these days with all the worries about the obesity epidemic, that one end of the spectrum, you got people stuffing their faces and getting, bigger and bigger and unhealthier by the year. And at the other end, you got all these people who are, focusing on, their health and their fitness and, maintaining their strength into, as they get older, which is really good to see. It'd be nice if there was more of it. But yeah, clearly you can see, I guess, from the crowds that the loss of a few parking spaces didn't impinge on this event. People still managed to get down here to swim. They managed to get their kayaks down here. The support crews managed to get down here. The organisers managed to get down here. And, all these people down here came down to take photos or video, might have come by bike, but, they still managed to get here. Now, this path also copped some flack last year for being useless, but you can see it was obviously used by a lot of people actually getting down the beach. So anyway, there's the start of a wave, a bunch of people heading up to sea, and yeah, just lots of people watching. But you know, I think it clearly shows for an event like this that if you put in some bike infrastructure, you know, people will ride their bikes down here. Look, still small numbers compared to the people that drove, but you know, it's encouraging, and hopefully over time that'll grow. And you know, the loss of a few parking spots is not the end of the world, and it's not going to wreck events like this.